everyone, Amy here. Okay, so I'm going to start tidying up my life using the Konmari Method. Marie Kondo recommends that you start with your clothing. So it's very important that you start with only specific categories of items and that category be small enough to handle in bite-sized pieces. Well, clothing is a pretty big bite size, so even within that we'll create a subcategory, and she lists out, start with your tops and your blouses and your shirts, and she goes on down a list. And so I'm gonna start with my shirts. Let's go. All right, so we are gonna start with tops. And I have my tops stored in a few locations, so I'm going to gather those out of the closet. All right, my very packed closet. Dresses and skirts will be done at a later time, so I'm just gonna start with literally everything that would be on top. So I have got blouses, button-ups, cardigans. These are mostly button-ups in here, so I'm gonna gather those and stick them on the bed. Okay, great. I got my short sleeve and tank tops in the dresser. Grab those. Alright, now I've gathered all of my tops. You can see I got a pretty large amount of them right now. So we are going to get started with the method of sorting through the items. So a couple things that I remember from the book are you must gather all of the items. You can't have some hiding away in your winter storage or some in the hall closet, etc. So pull down your clothes from the attic. Gather them all in one place, usually on the floor. I have more space in my bed, so I threw them on the bed. And the second thing is, you're supposed to assume that you're getting rid of everything. So what you decide to keep must really be valuable to you and must have a purpose for staying in your life. So the way Konmari does it is, you take the item, you hold it in your hands, and you ask yourself this question: does this spark joy? So I'm going to go through the process of touching every piece of clothing and deciding, does this piece of clothing spark joy? And if the answer is no, then it goes in a pile. If the answer is yes, we'll put them in another pile. Good old basic sorting. So we're going to do that and see how it goes. Tops, blouses, t-shirts, and button-ups, and I got a pretty decent pile between the two. My keep pile's back here, and then I have a couple maybe items, so I'm just gonna hold on to them for now until I decide what to do with them, and you know, maybe it's time to let go of them. Probably is, but we'll see. And then I also found a couple items that I have these long sleeve black t-shirts. I love long sleeve black t-shirts, but these are a little different, and I'm actually going to put them in a different category that you deal with later. A different category you deal with later on, actually towards the very end of the tidying process, is sentimental items. So these shirts were a part of my work uniform at my previous job, and so they have like the logo of the company I worked for and everything, and they're sentimental. I haven't worn them yet as far as a plain black t-shirt goes, and I look at them and I'm like, oh yeah, they're sentimental. So I'm going to put them in the sentimental item stash, and we'll get to those when we get to them. So yeah. Alright, next I'm going to do sweaters and sweatshirts and hoodies and all the things like that. So I'm going to go gather those and put them on the bed. I'm going to move my keep sweater items back to my keep t-shirt pile. And next on the list, I believe, is hanging items. And I have a lot of hanging items. So I think I'm going to start with dresses and then go to suits. And then I'll finish off with skirts because that kind of moves into the bottoms category. So yeah, I'm going to go grab those dresses. Okay, here goes for sorting dresses. Okay, finished with dresses. Next, I'm gonna grab my suits. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my skirts as well. Alright guys, next is bottoms. So, there's gonna be trousers, jeans, stockings, leggings, pantyhose. Yeah, we'll start with the pants and go from there. Leggings and tights and pantyhose. Well, let's jump into it. Well, apparently I missed the record button on the tights and leggings, but I did get them narrowed down quite nicely, and they all finally fit decently in the drawer, and I'm going to pass on the ones that no longer spark joy and no longer are useful to me. So we have a few categories left for clothing. What do we have left? We have outerwear, which I believe is next. Yeah, let's do outerwear. Okay, I'm gonna go grab all of that stuff. Okay, so that's all my outerwear that's piled up, and we're gonna sort through it. Okay, finished with outerwear. I had one piece that is hard for me. I'm still trying to decide about it. It's this big over jacket. It's purple. I do love it. It's really old. So I'm not sure if I should keep it or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and think about it and give it some time. So maybe we'll have another video about all the items that I'm not sure about. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the items that did not spark joy and put them in a bag for giveaway and consignment. last one is shoes. So let's do that. I'm going to put my shoes on the floor, so I'm going to move the camera so we can see the collection and sort through them. Alright, finished. Yeah, I've narrowed down the shoe collection and got rid of the ones that don't spark joy, that are wearing out, that aren't comfortable to wear. I think that's all I'm going to work on today in the clothing category. There is a few more subcategories under clothes, which would be accessories, such as belts and ties, socks and underwear, and specialty clothing, so clothing specifically for work, dance uniforms for ballet, and exercise clothes. So those are all clothing, but they're in a specific category in and of themselves. Again, the same thing would apply. Gather all the items and sort through the ones and see which ones make you happy and which ones make you feel really dragging and down. Or the ones that make you spark joy inside versus the ones that are just kind of plain and meh. And keep the ones that bring you pleasure and add value to your life. Okay, well, it's been a long day of tidying for me. I am going to take the evening off and put away all the clothes that I've sorted and have decided to keep. I will post another video with the next step of the sorting process. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your feedback on this video and how tidying has been for you, especially with the Konmari Method. Have you used it before? Did it work for you? What were the challenges that you encountered? I'd love to hear any questions you might have after doing the Konmari Method yourself. Alright, have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!